Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan are probably two of the most iconic basketball players the game has ever seen. While Magic and Bird saved the NBA in the 80s, influencing millions around the world to fall in love with the game of basketball, Jordan elevated the sport to another level with his global brand and one of the most influential people who's ever lived. Michael Jordan still to this very day is arguably still the most famous athlete amongst retired and current players in the world today.
How's it going, guys? My name is Wilson. Earlier this week, Colin Cowherd from The Herd brought up the topic between the unspoken rivalry of Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. That still might be a thing. With the two always trying to outcompete one another, whether it's on the basketball court, during their time with the Olympic Dream Team, or outside of basketball, Magic landing LeBron to Los Angeles might have something to do with edging out his rival, Michael Jordan.
After speaking on LeBron's decision to join the Lakers and having a lot in common with Magic based on their outgoing personalities with the complete all-around game, Michael on the other hand is a scorer-first type guy with the best killer instinct we ever seen, doesn't smile as often, extremely serious in everything he does, but more to himself outside of basketball where he is very private, while LeBron and Magic is all over the place in the public eye. Colin then goes on saying, "We tend to think Magic's biggest rival is Bird, who came out the same year. Before the NBA, we both competed in the national title game in '79, from meeting in the NBA Finals 3 different times, with either one of them winning 8 titles in 9 years since they were in the league. Yes, they were a huge basketball rivalry, but since both retired over 20 years ago and are actually great friends off the court, doing documentaries together, praises each other for their greatness, and always has a fun time smiling together." Magic and Michael, however, are quite different. Their rivalry started in the late 80s. While Johnson was still in his prime with Showtime, Jordan was up and coming, only a matter of time till he completely takes over the NBA. While Johnson captured his 5th and final championship at age 28 in 1988, Jordan was the most talented player at the time, but many viewed Magic as the greatest. Larry Bird was getting old and always injured, so all the comparisons and debate were focused on who was better between Magic and Michael. In January of 1990, Mr. Showtime came up with the idea the previous summer, with both parties deciding to go ahead with it in the ultimate one-on-one heavyweight battle in basketball with the two best players in the world, featuring two 15-minute halves in a pay-per-view special. It was to take place in Las Vegas at the Caesars Palace, with the winner taking home $1 million with more millions at stake. The Las Vegas Hilton Race and Sports Superbook listed Jordan as the 2.5 to 1 favorite for the King of the Court showdown. With the payouts negotiated and both players initially were interested, the most anticipated one-on-one game never happened for multiple reasons, including NBA former Commissioner David Stern's dislike for associating his league with gambling and the players' union also stepping up to reject it. Filled with many questions we'll never get the answers to, Magic did later admit though Jordan would win that matchup of one-on-one due to his one-on-one scoring ability. While Magic is the perfect team-first player with the better all-around game, there was no doubt in my mind Jordan would have easily beat Magic one-on-one. It's just impossible to stop him in any way. There's no chance. The two eventually met in the NBA Finals a year later. While Michael was at his absolute prime, this Laker team wasn't really the same. With Kareem retired, Johnson single-handedly carried those Lakers to the finals. The numbers clearly show Jordan outplayed Magic in those 5 games, but also got plenty of help by teammate Scottie Pippen. Shortly after, because of HIV, Magic was forced to retire at age 32. At the time, he was still arguably the second best player in the game. Still could have been really amazing for 2 or 3 more seasons. Magic would however play in the '92 All-Star Game, 1 game MVP, proving he still had plenty of magic left in the tank. The two joined forces with the historic '92 Dream Team, where the team gathered together. Magic was chatting with his former buddy rival Bird. Michael sees, joins in, says, "I just want to tell you guys, really, in college, you guys were the 2 guys I looked up to, but I'm just here to tell you both, there's a new sheriff in town, and that's me." Michael always looked to annihilate whoever was up against him, with winning always his top priority. Magic never backed down from anything, thought he was the most competitive player until he got to know Michael. The two were on opposing teams at Team USA practice, with Jordan leading one and Magic the other. Johnson, a guy who everyone is so used to see smiling, high-fiving teammates, and having a great time, never trash-talked any of his opponents until one of the scrimmages. Johnson's team was up 12-2. Magic walked up to Mike, told him he was going to need to turn into Air Jordan if his team was going to have a chance of coming back. With pride and greatness being played at the gym, Magic was hesitant to surrender his place at the top of the mountain, and it didn't take much to get Jordan going. So Michael's like, no, I'm on top of the mountain now. Those practices were so intense, USA coach Chuck Daly always wanted to end it before it got too physical, but Magic wanted to keep going. Told the story in the Jimmy Kimmel interview over 2 years ago.
So we would play every day, tie. So this is the 4th day, and we got out on him about 12-2, and I said, I'm gonna really rattle his chain. So I went over there, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, hey man, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're gonna blow you out today. Jimmy, his eyes got big. Usually that tongue come about right here, now it's way out. He broke the huddle, he hit a 3, and he's looking at me. So he came down again, hit another 3.
And one of the greatest shots Magic had ever seen.
He came down the right side, took off. David Robinson took off. And he said, okay, I'm gonna just sit here in the air. Because I know David Robinson is gonna go down. So David Robinson went to the ground. He 360, tongue moving, and dunked it.
In a practice game.
In a practice game. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just stunned, and all of us were stunned to see him hang in the air that long and 360. Michael Jordan is so incredible.
MJ later said that was the greatest game he's ever been a part of and the most fun he's ever had on the basketball court. Michael's team would eventually come back and win, while Magic was very upset at the end, and the two even went at it back and forth a little bit, bonded closely in the summer of '92. Both were so competitive, played cards every night till 5 and 6 in the morning, participate in free throw contests on who was the first one to get to 50, simply trying to top each other on who was the better shooter, play each other in the horse, and who was going to have the bragging rights by the end of the trip. Just two legends going at it. In a halftime interview during the '93 finals with Bob Costas, Magic praised Jordan, calling him the best ever.
Do you feel that Michael is the best ever?
I think so. I think he's not only the best basketball player, but probably the greatest athlete that's ever played any sport.
Paying homage to which many believe Jordan is the GOAT. With all the hot topics, argument on who's the greatest, most people say MJ without a doubt. LeBron's name often comes up, so does Kareem's and Kobe's, which Magic's name often gets snubbed under the rug. Wouldn't you think Magic is a little bitter about that? Magic saved the NBA, but Jordan brought it to new heights. Before Jordan was winning titles, Magic was considered by many the greatest of all time, can play every position from 1 to 5, get you 20 rebounds and 20 assists, something Michael couldn't do. Johnson even said before the Bulls won the '93 finals, he was going to be very upset if the Bulls three-peated, something Magic wasn't able to accomplish with his Lakers. At least he could tease Michael he has 5 rings, but Jordan ended up winning 6 of them, one up Magic, dominated his era unlike any other. The two are also amongst the richest retired athletes today, with Jordan's net worth a staggering $1.6 billion and Magic's about $650 million, with both of them helping build incredible businesses, created amazing brands for themselves. Even that is very hard for anyone to outdo Michael. Maybe Magic will eventually become a billionaire in a few years. Other two guys who has a shot at joining the 10-figure plateau, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Even MJ has had his flaws. When he first retired, led to many speculations and conspiracy theories on why he really wanted to play baseball, wasn't really that good in the minors, didn't work out with the Wizards at the very twilight of his career, drafted some of the biggest busts in Kwame Brown and Adam Morrison. The Charlotte Hornets have been a disaster since he's owned the team. In the front office, Magic is way better than Michael in running a team and arguably made his best decision by getting the best player in LeBron James to sign a 4-year deal with the Lakers. Before James made it official, he would play with purple and gold. Him and Magic had a private 3-hour meeting at LeBron's house in Brentwood, talked about the Lakers' future. Although we might never know all the details in the conversation, you can guarantee Michael Jordan's name was mentioned a bunch of times. With LeBron trying to chase MJ and cement his legacy in the Mount Rushmore list, if LeBron can help the Lake Show win a couple championships, a lot of people might say he is the GOAT, and with Magic in charge of making the decisions, the best point guard of all time will try to do everything in his power for not only helping his Lakers succeed, but to assist LeBron and give him all the help he can to try to dethrone Michael Jordan as the greatest ever. Magic Johnson is certainly up to that challenge he'll look forward to for the next 4 years, but unless the Lakers can sign Kawhi and other star players, I just don't see LeBron winning another title. You look at all the best players all time, the 7 best ever, 6 have been Lakers at some point in their careers, including LeBron. Michael Jordan is number 1 amongst most people's list, no denying that. Then you got Wilt, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Kobe, and LeBron. All Laker greats, I'm not naming anyone in specific orders, so don't go crazy on me. Obviously, Magic Johnson would love to have a Laker be better than his unspoken rival, Michael Jordan. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon though.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Do you guys believe Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson still have a secret rivalry going on in the business world, whether it's making money or trying to outcompete one another outside of basketball? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More good stuff coming soon. See you next time.